Am I in focus? In the frame? Okay. Bandeyam Shri Guru Shiyatha Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaragunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivashikam Vitamscha Om Agyana Timaranda Shagana Jana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gorva Bhishtam Supurakam Gurganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Abhidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwa Gurunsha Divyat Bhagavat Premnawe Bijap Radam Devam Divyatanum Suchandavaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadekavaranam Vairagya Vidyam Buddhim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shivaram Mareka Sharanam Nyashishwara Shridaram Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gaurachavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Prabhupada. This is Adi-lila, chapter 17, the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya in his youth. Text number 227, 227. Ek din Srivasara Mandire Gosai Nityananda Sanghe Nritya Kori Duibai. One day the two brothers, Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, were dancing in the holy house of Srivas Thakur. Srivas Putrer Tahan Hoila Paralok Tabu Srivasara Chite Najanmila Shok. At that time a calamity took place. Srivas Thakur's son died, yet Srivas Thakur was not at all sorry. Mrita putra muke koila gyanara katan apane duibai hoila Srivas Nandan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu caused the dead son to speak about knowledge, and then the two brothers personally became the sons of Srivas Thakur. This incident is described as follows by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur in his Amrita Pravaha Bhasha. One night while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing with his devotees at the house of Srivas Thakur, one of Srivas Thakur's sons, who was suffering from some disease, died. Srivas Thakur was so patient, however, that he did not allow anyone to express sorrow by crying, for he did not want the kirtan going on at his house to be disturbed. Thus kirtan continued without a sound of lamentation. But when the kirtan was over, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who could understand the incident, declared there must have been some calamity in this house. When he was then informed about the death of Srivas Thakur's son, he expressed his regret, saying, "Why was the news not given to me before?" He went to the place where the son was lying dead and asked him, "My dear boy, why are you leaving the house of Srivas Thakur?" The dead son immediately replied, "I was living in this house as long as I was destined to live here. Now that the time is over, I am going elsewhere according to your direction. I am your eternal servant, a dependent living being. I must act according to your desire. Beyond your desire, I cannot do anything. I have no such power." Hearing these words of the dead son, all the members of Srivas Thakur's family received transcendental knowledge. Thus there was no cause for lamentation. This knowledge is described in the Bhagavad Gita, Tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuyati. When someone dies, he accepts another body. Therefore, sober persons do not lament. After the discourse between the dead boy and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, funeral ceremonies were performed, and Mahaprabhu assured Srivas Thakur, "You have lost one son, but Nityananda Prabhu and I are your eternal sons. We shall never be able to give up your company." This is an instance of a relationship with Krishna. We have eternal relationships with Krishna as his servants, friends, fathers, sons, or conjugal lovers. When the same relationships are pervertedly reflected in this material world, We have relationships as the sons, fathers, friends, lovers, masters, or servants of others, but all these relationships are subject to termination within a definite period. If we revive our relationship with Krishna, however, by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our eternal relationship will never break to cause our lamentation. That's a good point here. I'll have to remember that, to write down. If we revive our relationship with Krishna, however, by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, our eternal relationship will never break to cause our lamentation. Tabita, in other words, to revive our eternal relationship with Krishna by the grace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Tabita korilasa bhakti bardhana uchishtadiya narayanir korila samana. Thereafter, the Lord charitably bestowed his benediction upon all his devotees. Thereafter, the Lord charitably bestowed his benediction upon all his devotees. He gave the remnants of his food to Narayani, showing her special respect. Narayani was the niece of Srivas Thakur, and later she became the mother of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur. In this connection, the Sahajias cite I'm not going to cite this malicious story of the Sahajias. Srivasera Bastra Shinye Dharijit Baran. Srivasera Bastra Shinye Dhariji Javan. Prabhu Thare Nijarup Koraila Darshan. There was a tailor who was a meat eater who was sewing garments for Srivas Thakur. The Lord, being merciful to him, showed him his own form. Dekinu boli hoila paga preminirti kore hoila Vaishnava agao. Saying, I have seen, and dancing in ecstatic love as though mad, he became a first-class Vaishnava. There was a Muslim tailor near the house of Srivas Thakur who used to sew the garments of the family. One day he was pleased with the dancing of Mahaprabhu. Indeed, he was enchanted. The Lord, understanding his attitude, showed him his original form as Krishna. The tailor then began to dance, saying, I am seen. He became absorbed in ecstatic love and began to dance with Mahaprabhu. Thus he became one of the foremost Vaishnava adherents of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Aveshite Shiva se Prabhu Bamshita Magila Srivas Kohe Bamshi Tomar Gopi Adi-lila. In ecstasy, the Lord asked Srivas Thakur to deliver his flute, but Srivas Thakur replied, Your flute has been stolen away by the gopis. Shuni Prabhu Bo Bolina Beshe Srivas Varnan Brindavana Lila Rase. Hearing this reply, the Lord in ecstasy said, Go on talking. Thus Srivas described the divine pastimes of Sri Vrindavan. Pratamente Brindavana Madhurya Varnila Shunya Prabharchite Ananda Barila. In the beginning, Srivas Thakur described the sweetness of Vrindavan's pastimes. Hearing this, the Lord felt great and increasing jubilation in his heart. Tabe Bobo Prabhu Bole Bar Puna Kohe Srivas Korea Bistar. Thereafter, the Lord again and again asked him, Speak on. Thus Srivas again and again described the pastimes of Vrindavan, vividly expanding them. Bamshi Bhajye Gopi Ganer Bhane Akarshan Tasavar Sange Jaiche Bana Viharan. Srivas Thakur extensively explained how the gopis were attracted to the forests of Vrindavan by the vibration of Krishna's flute and how they wandered together in the forest. Tahe Madhye Chai Ritu Lila Barnan Madhupan Rasotsava Jalakeli Katan. Srivas Thakur narrated all the pastimes enacted during the 6 changing seasons. He described the drinking of honey, the celebration of the rasa dance, the swimming in the Jamuna, and other such incidents. Bobo Bole Prabhu Shunite Ulas Srivas Kohen Tabe Rasa Rasera Vilas. When the Lord, hearing with great pleasure, said, Go on speaking, Srivas Thakur described the Adi-lila dance, which is filled with divine mellows. Mellows is Prabhupada's word for rasa. Kohite Shunite Aiche Pratakala Hoila Prabhu Shiva Sere Toshi Alingana Koila. As the Lord thus requested, and Srivas spoke, the morning appeared, and the Lord embraced Srivas and satisfied him. Tabiya Charjara Gare Koila Krishna Lila Rukmini Swarup Prabhu Apane Hoila. Thereafter, a dramatization of Krishna's pastimes was performed by the house of Sri. Thereafter, a dramatization of Krishna's pastimes was performed in the house of Sri Chandrasekhar Acharya. The Lord personally took the part of Rukmini, the foremost of Krishna's queens, in that theater that was presented. Kabul Durga Lakmi Hoy, Kabul Ba Chit Shakti, Kateba Shri Bhaktagan, Dila Prima Bhakti. The Lord sometimes took the part of Goddess Durga, Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, or the chief potency, Yogamaya. Sitting on a cot, he delivered love of Godhead to all the devotees present. Ek Din Ma Prabhu Nrityabhasane, Ek Brahmaniyashi Adi-lila Charane. One day when Mahaprabhu had finished his dancing, a woman, the wife of a Brahmin, came there and caught hold of his lotus feet. Charana Duli Se Loy Bar Bar Dekiya Prabhu Duka Hoila Par. As she took the dust of his lotus feet again and again, the Lord became unlimitedly unhappy. Say Kane Nana Prabhu Gangate Parila Nityananda Haridas Dari Utaila immediately ran to the river Ganges and jumped in to counteract the sinful activities of that woman. Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur caught him and raised him from the river. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Lord himself, but he was playing the part of a preacher. Every preacher should know that being allowed to touch a Vaishnava's feet and take dust may be good for the person who takes it, but it is not good for the person who allows it to be taken. As far as possible, this practice should ordinarily be avoided. Only initiated disciples should be allowed to take this advantage, not others. Those who are full of sinful activities should generally be avoided. Well, that's true, but in India it's sometimes difficult, and especially in some engagements, to avoid that, which, although undesirable. Vijaya Charjara Gari Se Ratre Rohila Pratakale Bhakta Save Gare Loya Gela. That night the Lord stayed at the house of Vijayacharya. In the morning the Lord took all his devotees and returned home. Ekdin Gopi Babe Grihete Basya Gopi Gopi Nam Loy Bishana Haya. One day the Lord, in ecstasy of the gopis, was sitting in his house, very morose in separation. He was going, Gopi, Gopi. Ek Paduya Aila Prabhu Ke Dekite Gopi Gopi Nam Shuni Lagila Bodite. A student who came to see the Lord was astonished that the Lord was chanting Gopi Gopi. Thus he spoke as follows: Krishna Nam Nalao Kene Krishna Nam Danya Gopi Gopi Bolite Bhakiva Hoi Punya. Why are you chanting the names Gopi Gopi instead of the holy names of Lord Krishna, which is so glorious? What pious result will you achieve by such chanting? It is said, Vaishnavara Kriya Mudra Vigehana Bhuja. No one can understand the activities of a pure devotee. A student or neophyte devotee could not possibly understand why Mahaprabhu was chanting the names of the gopis, nor should the student have asked the Lord about the potency of chanting Gopi Gopi. The student was certainly convinced of the piety in the chanting of Krishna's holy name, but this sort of attitude is also offensive. Dharma vrata tyaga hutadi sarva shubha kriya samyam api pramada. To chant the holy name of Krishna in exchange for the achievement of piety is an offense. This, of course, was unknown to the student. Thus he innocently asked, what piety is there in the chanting of the name Gopi? He did not know that there was no question of piety or impiety. The chanting of the holy name of Krishna or the holy name Gopi is on the platform of loving affairs. Well, Mahaprabhu's chanting of Gopi is on the platform of loving affairs. Since he was not expert in understanding such activities, this question was impudent, not mere. Thus Mahaprabhu, apparently greatly angry at him, reacted as follows. Shuni Prabhu Krode Koila Krishna Doshadgar Tenga Loya Utila Prabhu Paruya Maribar. Hearing the foolish student, the Lord became greatly angry and rebuked Krishna in various ways. Taking up a stick, he rose to strike the student. So Mahaprabhu said, why are you bringing up Krishna? Krishna's activities, he's taking the mood of Radharani and saying, Krishna is cheating and doing so many things wrong. Why are you bringing up him at this time? Krishna, Mahaprabhu was in the mood, is in divine mood. The student couldn't understand that. And Mahaprabhu was very angry that when he's feeling this mood, and the student's saying, "Oh, why don't you chant Krishna's name?" And Mahaprabhu was so angry, he grabbed the stick. Okay. Baye palaya paduya prabhu pache dai astebyaste bhaktagan prabhu re rahai. The student ran away in fear, and the Lord followed him. But somehow or other, the devotees checked the Lord. Prabhu re shanta kore Adi-lila nijagare paduya palaya gela paduya sabare. The devotees pacified the Lord and brought him home, and the student ran away to an assembly of other students. Paduya sahasra jahan pade ektai prabhu ritanta dvija kohet hahajai. The Brahmin student ran to a place where 1,000 students were studying together, or were meeting together. There he described the incident to them. Shuni kroda hoila sab paduya padujaragan sabe mele koritabe prabhura nindan. Hearing of the incident, all the students became greatly angry and joined together in criticizing the Lord. Sabdesh brashta koila ekala nimai brahmana marite chahe dharma mayanai. Nimai Pandit alone has spoiled the entire country, they accused. He wants to strike a caste Brahmin. He has no fear of religious principles. We see this. Sometimes people, there's some little incident will happen and they're so quick to criticize devotees. I'm talking about even among devotees. They're so quick to criticize. This happened. Now just see this and this. And that's really very detrimental and counterproductive to what our Acharya, especially Srila Govinda Maharaj, is trying to accomplish. There may be some irregularity that may occur. In this case, there isn't, because this is Mahaprabhu's divine ecstasy. But even among ourselves, there may be some irregularity. But that has no reason to try and present some obstacles to the mission. But sometimes we're quick to criticize. Nimai Pandit alone has spoiled the entire country, they accused. He wants to strike a caste Brahmin. He has no fear of religious principles. Sabdesha brashta koila ekala nimai brahmana marite chahe dharma bainai punajari aichi kore mariba tahare konba manusya hoy kikorite pare. If he again performs such an atrocious act, certainly we shall retaliate and strike him in turn. What kind of important person is he that he can check us in this way? So foolish. Prabhu nindai savar buddhi hoilanash supatita vidya karo na hoy prakash. When all the students thus resolved, criticizing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, their intelligence was spoiled. Thus, although they were learned scholars, because of this offense, the essence of knowledge was not manifested in them. They have a word in India for that kind of student. It's called Gobar Pandit. They're pandits, so knowledgeable pandits of cow dung. Tatapi dambika paduya namra nahi hoy jahan tahan prabhura nindahashi sekaroy But the proud student community did not become submissive. On the contrary, the students spoke of the incident anywhere and everywhere. In a laughing manner, they criticized the Lord. Sarvagya gosai jani sabara durgati garivase chinte ta sabar abhyahati. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being omniscient, could understand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being omniscient, could understand the degradation of these students. Thus he sat at home contemplating how to rescue them. Jatadhyapaka aratara sishyagan dharmi karmi taponishta nindaka durjan. All the so-called professors and scientists and their students generally follow the regulative principles of religion, fruit of activities and austerities, the Lord thought. Yet at the same time they are blasphemers and rogues. And Mahaprabhu was describing this situation that, sometimes even the student or the scholastic community at that time, they would follow the principles of dharma, arthakam, and moksha. These general principles given in the Vedas of the Purusharthas. But they're formalistic. They don't understand really what is the essence of Mahaprabhu's teachings. They just can see some outward, direction from the Vedas. But Mahaprabhu was thinking, okay, but at least they accept the structure of the Vedas, so I can do something or do something operative within that structure to bring them back to the point of returning to their senses, because they become irrational and offensive. Esa mora ninda aparada hoite amina lao jaile bhaktina pare loite. If I do not induce them to take the devotional service because of committing the offense of blasphemy, none of these people will be able to take to it. Ishtarite ailam ami hoila biparita esab durjanera kaiche hoibeka hita. I've come to deliver all the fallen souls, but now just the opposite has happened. How can these rogues be delivered? How may they be benefited? So, sometimes when a disease is very acute, some strong medicine has to be introduced. Amake pranate kore hoy papakoi tabe se ihare bhakti lao jaile loy. If these rogues offer me obeisances, the reactions of their sinful activities will be nullified. Then, if I do induce them, they will take the devotional service. Moraninda kore jay Nat kore namaskar esab jivere avasya koreve udar. I must certainly deliver all these fallen souls who blaspheme me and do not offer me obeisances. Ateva vashyami sanyas koriva sanyasi budye more pranata hoiba. I shall accept the sannyas order, for thus people will offer me their obeisance, thinking of me as a member of the renounced order. Now, if somebody normally gives these reasons for taking sannyas, I would say they're greatly misguided. They're completely wrong in their reasons for taking sannyas. This is the Lord's reasons for taking sannyas, so that people will respect me, so that people will offer me obeisances. That will benefit them. That's the Lord. If you offer obeisances to the Lord and respect Him, that benefits you. But if an ordinary person thinks, I will take sannyas so that people will respect me, and in this way I can preach. It's like, if that's what you think, you're very misled, because the purpose of sannyas is not so that you'll get respect. The purpose of sannyas is so that you can serve. So you can serve the Gurudev and serve the people. By preaching, we don't want respect. We want the opportunity to do some service. This is very beneficial for the people to, even unknowingly, agyata sukriti, respect the Lord. There's no benefit of respecting somebody just because they put on some robes. And furthermore, there is a saying about, which Prabhupada once mentioned, drinking water underwater on a fast day. He said, just because somebody puts on some saffron cloth, does that mean anything? Does that mean some change in them? You know, there's so many people who wear this cloth are not worthy of respect. You know, there are millions of people who just go buy some cloth and dye it, especially in India, and they walk around and they beg, and it's a means of sustenance for them. That's not worthy of respect, color of that cloth. Anyway, back to Mahaprabhu. I shall accept the sannyas order of life, or thus people will offer me their obeisances, thinking of me as a member of the renounced order. Pranatite habe ihar aparad koi, nirmala ridoye bhakti koreba udoy. Offering obeisances will relieve them of all the reactions to their offenses. Then by my grace, devotional service, bhakti will awaken in their pure hearts. Esa bashandir tabe hoy binistar arakon upainati ejuktisar. All the unfaithful rogues of this world can be delivered by this process. There is no alternative. This is the essence of the argument. Edrida jukti kori prabhu achegare keshava bharati aila nadiya nagare. After coming to this firm conclusion, the Lord continued to stay at home. In the meantime, Keshav Bharati came to the town of Nadia. Prabhu tare namaskare koila nirmantran bika koraya tare koila nivedan. The Lord offered him respectful obeisances and invited him to his house. After feeding him sumptuously, he submitted to him his petition. Tumita Ishwara Bhata Sakat Narayana Kripa Kori Kora and Mora Samsara Mochan. Sir, you are directly Narayan. Therefore, please be merciful unto me, deliver me from this material bondage. Bharati Kohen Tumi Ishwara Antarjami Jai Koraha Se Koriba Swatantra Nahiyami. Keshav Bharati replied to the Lord, you are directly the Lord himself, and Antarjami, the super soul. I must do whatever you cause me to do. I am not independent of you. Eta Boli Bharati Gosai Kato Jate Gela Mahaprabhu Tahajai Sannyasa Korila. After saying this, Keshav Bharati, the spiritual master, went back to his village, Katwa. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went there and accepted the renounced order of life sannyas. Sangha Nityananda Chandrasekhar Acharya Mukunda Date Teen Koila Sarvakarya. When Mahaprabhu accepted sannyas, 3 persons were with him to perform all the necessary activities. They were Nityananda Prabhu, Chandrasekhar Acharya, and Mukunda Datta. Adi-lila Koila Sutraganan Vishtari Varnila Iha Dasha Vrindavan. Thus I have summarized the incidents of the Adi-lila. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur has described them elaborately in his Chaitanya Bhagavat. Yashodanandana Hoila Sachiranandan Chaturbhira Bhaktabhava Kori Ashwadan. The same Supreme Lord who appeared as the son of Mother Yashoda has now appeared as the son of Mother Sachi, relishing 4 kinds of devotional activities. Swamadhurya Radha Prema Rasa Ashwadite Radha Bhava Angi Kori Jache Bolomate. To taste the mellows, to taste the Radha Prema Rasa, to taste the mellows of Srimati Radharani's loving affairs in her relationship with Krishna, and to understand the reservoir of pleasure in Krishna. Krishna himself, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, accepted the mood of Radharani. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Tomorrow we'll finish this last chapter of the Adi-lila, which is very nice. Okay. All right. You can turn here, show our audience, and we have with us the audience. Okay. And with us, Sripad Bhakti Kamal Chagi Maharaj here. We have Giridhari Prabhu, who has been here helping us for so many days. Here's Bimala Didi, who is always very instrumental in preaching and collecting. We have back there, we have Hari Priya sitting down, who has come all the way from Colombia via Venezuela to be here with us. Then we have Divya Shakti. Please come forward. Show yourself. Divya Shakti. She is here. Very great servitor of the mission here. And we have Brajamohini. Brajamohini, stop hiding. She's come from Salt Lake City, and she's actually the one who initiated our broadcast. All right. And back there at the table in the distance, Sharanagi Devi, who makes so many beautiful outfits for the deities, and bowing down is Kalindi.
Brinda is outside.
Brinda. Brinda, who is
cooking.
Well, Brinda also, who is active in our action committee, which is Gupta hidden action committee. Our action committee trying to organize the youth of our ashram.
Yes.
All right. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Nama Hari Haraya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Gopal Govinda Ram Shimad Sudhan Gopal Girirari Gopinath Marana Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Garanga Gani Gandharvika Giridhari Jo Ki Jai. Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Garanga Gandharvika Giridhari Jo Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajaka Ashta Tara Sata Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajaka Ashta Tara Sata Shri Srimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bhargava Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Radhana Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Radhana Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhatta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Vishwabaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmawacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Koladvip Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Shri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai, Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai, Bhakti Devi Ki Jai, Shri Vrindavanam Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Go, Gopi Govardhan, Sham Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, all the assembled devotees Ki Jai, Sripad Bhakti Chandan Parvat Maharaj Ki Jai, Sripad Bhakti Kamal Tyagi Maharaj Ki Jai, all the assembled devotees Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bo.
Pavan, Janardan Maharaj Ki Jai.
Okay, you can save that.